Hey everybody, welcome to Coming Down. This is Matthew, joined here by my co-host Nathan.
Hey y'all.
Man, sad news this week.
Yeah, I guess we're just going to eulogize our childhood heroes.
Yeah, this is apparently just where we talk about who died this week and how sad we are.
Yeah, I mean, normally we wouldn't, but after Stan Lee and then now Steven Hillenburg passed away this week. For those who don't know, he's the creator of SpongeBob. And, boy, I mean, just what a great show and how iconic and how important to so many people's youth and everything.
Well, and it still is. Like, my nephews love SpongeBob. And how long has that been on the air now? I mean, like, since the 90s? That's crazy.
Oh, forever. And, yeah, I mean, it's been around forever, and it was a little after my time of, like, being very young,
too.
But I still watched the shit out of it, and, yeah, I still enjoyed it to this day.
It's worthy, you know? I mean, like, it's definitely a kid's show, but it's got something in there for everyone.
For sure. Yeah, so true genius in there, and died way too young.
100%, yeah.
So, you know, the pour one out, I suppose.
Yeah. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
R.I.P. But yeah, we got just a few things to unpack about this episode. You know, this comes up in some of our other close call episodes, but it bears mentioning here that you know, it's a lot of these close call stories would have gone differently if we were people of color. You know, it's definitely something that comes up a lot.
For sure. Revisiting all these stories, it's become very apparent that we got away with some serious shit in our day. And, you know, yeah, it's just worth bringing up that we understand that place of privilege now, reflecting back upon it all. So,
oh, God, yeah. And also, man, this is not something that I am proud of. This story is something that you know, it's one of the reasons that we are telling the stories that we're telling now. Why this podcast is called Coming Down. It's because I don't fucking do this shit anymore. Like, oh my God, I almost fucking died.
And good for that. Yeah, kids, do not try this at home.
Seriously. It's a miracle that I'm still here.
Indeed. Well, and we're all happy that you are, so...
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have too much more to add to it. It's a roller coaster of an episode, and it's pretty wild.
I think the rest of the story kind of tells itself. If there is a subtitle to this, it's just... I blew a .37 and I couldn't have done it without cocaine.
Indeed.
You know, with that said, if you would like to support us, we are on patreon.com/comingdownpod. Every little bit helps, and we really appreciate you guys who are supporting us. If you would like to be on the show or you'd like to contact us, we are on Twitter @comingdownpod. You can also reach us via email, comingdownpod@gmail.com. All of the show notes and links to everything else are on the mothership. That's comingdownpod.com. We're on Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and if you've got a minute, please give us a review or a rating on Stitcher or iTunes. We really appreciate it and helps us out with visibility.
Indeed. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add, so let's just jump into it.
Yeah, enjoy. So burning, and I'm like, you've never done a shot, have you?
Oh God. I mean, that's the better way to start if you've never done a shot, you know, like, I mean, this is why, like, I quit drinking whiskey, is because all I ever drank was, like, you know, Jack and, like, Beam and stuff.
Right.
Man, like, that shit's trash, you know? It's not actually good at all.
No. I mean, Beam's whatever, but, like,
I mean,
Jack is mostly sugar.
Yeah, I mean, they're both pretty bad.
Yeah.
They definitely make me gag. But, you know, we had those, that bullet at the airport bar.
Yeah.
And that was pretty fucking tasty.
Those days.
I drank 2 of those doubles and rather enjoyed myself.
Hell yeah.
So.
And then the wild turkey on the plane. Goddamn.
Oh, did you have wild turkey on the plane?
Yeah, it's Wild Turkey 101.
Oh, shit. They served 101 on the plane?
And I had a double.
And you had well, that explains a lot from that evening.
just got shitty in that bar. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude probably shouldn't have served us.
He way overserved us.
At a certain point.
Like, way beyond.
He definitely shouldn't have replaced the drink that I spilled.
Under no circumstances should that drink have been replaced.
He should have just been like, how about I get you water? And I would have been like, thanks.
Yep.
That's a great call.
God. we left at the right time, though, because I don't remember going home.
Yeah.
I remember being out front waiting for the lift, though. So,
I remembered the spilling of the drinks, but I don't really remember a little bit before that and a little bit after that. Yeah.
Oh, it's not a blackout, it's a brownout.
Yeah. Time traveling, dude.
Exactly. Oh shit.
Yeah, God. Yeah, I haven't been that hungover in a long time.
Oh god,
too.
that next day was so brutal.
Yeah. I can usually manage my hangovers, usually like some food and a shower and maybe a little weed, and I'm feeling kind of back to normal. That was the day. That was the first time I woke up, could barely eat food, and then just napped on the couch. It was like, I tried to play video games and was like, I can't even do this.
Same.
Like,
yeah, I watched Wes Anderson movies all day.
There you go. See, yeah, I threw on Ozark and passed out to it, and yeah. Oh no, and then I did actually watch the Belko Experiment, which it's like a battle royale in a office building.
Awesome.
Where they lock all these office employees in the building and then tell everyone, they have X hours to start killing people, and holy shit, it was pretty special.
Sweet.
It was. It's so funny. I keep watching these movies because I like horror movies and stuff, but I keep watching these movies where I'm like, well, that was good, but there's just no plot. I mean, that was it. That's the whole plot, and then it's just ultra violence after that.
Hey, sometimes that's a good time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We watched that movie Hush recently too, where it's basically like this guy stalks this girl who's deaf in her own house, and they sort of like duke it out. She's intuitive, but she's also deaf, but then that's it. There's no plot. There's no justification as to why this guy is doing what he's doing, and there's very little plot as to who this woman is.
It's just death fight.
Yeah.
The movie.
Yeah, totally. And then, like, at the end, it's like, well, that was good, but boy, I don't know.
What happened?
Why was it good? It's hard to tell, actually.
Oh, I know what you mean. Fuck. Oh, man. I had a great movie night when I was sick a few weeks ago. Did The Thing, Escape from New York, and Alien.
Oh, man. Just some, yeah. I was gonna say all John Carpenter, but it's not. But yeah,
there's one Ridley Scott in there, but yeah, it was great.
That's a nice set of movies.
Yeah, so it's about 1,000,000 degrees in here, and we're gonna slog through it. We got some cold ones to facilitate the process.
It's 1,000,000 in here, but it's like 1,000,000,000 out there. So
like we're hedging our bets. I might start pouring beer on my chest to facilitate the tanning process.
Yeah, we'll. Yeah, if this one just turns into sloppy, we can't even think straight. Well, we'll see.
Fair enough. I mean, maybe that's good for some mileage. But anyway, so today I'm going to talk about. Oh God, I don't even know how to introduce this story. Let's just go. So I'm working at Pizza Pipeline in Eugene.
Hell yeah.
And God, I don't remember what day of the week it was. I want to say it was a weekday, like just a Monday or some shit like that. It was definitely not like party night by any stretch. But I mean, fuck it, you're working pizza, like whatever. Maybe it was a Saturday. It doesn't matter for the purposes of this story. We were there really late, and we got out of work, and I was closing with another manager that I almost never got to work with. Her name's Kim, and she's cool as fuck. Love hanging out with her. So she was like, do you want to go hang out after work? I'm heading over to this house. We're going to shoot some pool and drink some beer. And I'm just like, yeah, that sounds great. And it was like right next to my house too. So seemed like a great idea. We get there, we're drinking beers, we're shooting pool, and this dude Colin is like, yo, I got some blow. You guys want to get down on this? And we were like, yeah, fucking hey, we just got done working. Let's party.
Oh yeah. Wait, and was this closing shift, or did you get off a little early?
Oh, closing. Yeah, we shut it down. Like, we were there till the very end, like, cleaned the place up and then got out of there.
What time did you close? Because when I worked Pizza Pipeline, in Fort Collins, which we'll do a whole Pizza Pipeline episode, I imagine. Anyhow, I wouldn't get out until 2:30.
Yeah, that's about what time we're talking. I think it was about 3 a.m.
So that's a crazy time to start doing blow.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So like we start doing blow at the witching hour. Like the bars are already closed.
Right.
You know, I think we must have sent somebody to the store to like get a couple of cases of beer so that we could still buy it. And we're hanging out, we're shooting pool, we're fucking doing some lines, and after a while, the folks who, like the people whose house it is, they're like, yeah, we're thinking about winding down. You guys are welcome to, like, keep hanging out, but we're probably just gonna, like, call it a night. And we were like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, we'll get out of here. And Colin was like, hey, do you guys want to, like, just cruise back to my pad? We'll hang out and, like, keep doing this for a little bit. Yeah. And we were like, yeah, that sounds great. And I think he was kind of like, yo, if like a couple of you guys want to like chip in, we could even like throw another ball on this. And we were like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And so like we all chipped in like $20, got a fucking 8-ball, and like,
damn, that's a cheap 8-ball.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was slanging it.
Oh,
so
yeah,
he was just kind of like basically, I will like sell this ball at like wholesale price if you guys want to chip in.
Yeah, and
like,
then do it with
you guys will pay my price for it.
Yeah.
Like, as long as this ball is paid for, we're good.
Right.
Because didn't want to get high on his own supply.
Right.
And so we're back at his place, and I've got all this weed. I'm like rolling these big fucking spliffs, and like, we're just having a great time, like drinking lots of beer. Like, the sun is up now. Like, we went to the store on the way to Colin's house, like got more beer. And, we're hanging out, and, there's some time traveling involved. Like, there's a lot of talking about nothing, and it starts getting dark again. And this is the summertime.
Shit.
So, like, we have partied almost 24 hours at this point. Like, not almost 24 hours,
probably
but like...
closer to like 16 hours.
Yeah, like 16, 18 hours, like...
Ooh, that's a long time to
strong.
just be drinking and blowing lines.
Yeah, no...
Did y'all eat or anything?
No food.
God.
No real water.
That's...
Yeah. Just like real partying times.
Damn.
And so... My memories of the moments leading up to the incident are dim, but... I am told that the last that the folks at the party saw of me, I was vaulting over the railing on the deck to go take a leak in the bushes, which is what we'd been doing since it got dark.
No, wait. You say party, so now now it's hit evening again? Are people coming over and like...
Oh, no, there's like 5 of us, and we've just been... thick as thieves this whole time.
Okay.
Like, people have kind of rotated in and out, like maybe to go get more beer or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, it's been a pretty steady crew of at least 4 people.
So it's just 4 or 5 of you just going hard.
Yeah.
It's not like a party situation.
Yeah. And but nobody was really thinking too hard about it. We were just kind of freewheeling, just like, this is great. Why stop it now?
Yeah, I mean,
And like, mind you, this is my first time going on a coke bender. Like, I've done blow maybe a handful of times at this point.
Yeah.
And I've never really had a great time with it,
Well, it's not really ever a great time.
No, I mean, it just makes me anxious and weird. But like, this night, apparently, I had
but that is the
right
one
amount of alcohol to make it okay.
Well, and that is the one appeal is, if you've got like a good small crew of friends and you're all doing it, and and like you said, just talking about everything but talking about nothing, and just, smoking cigarettes, smoking weed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
You can lose track of a lot of time and have a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody was really thinking too much about biological concerns or anything like that.
Oh, right, yeah, like bodies can only take so much of certain things.
So, they see me go vaulting over the rail. There's like a deck on the back of this apartment that is maybe 3 feet off the ground. It's just high enough that they need a handrail, but like, even if I like took a dive over it, there's no way I could hurt myself. But the grade behind that apartment building slopes off really fast just after you get off the deck. So it's like you get off the deck, you walk 6 feet, there's bushes. We were peeing on the bushes, but if you walk into the bushes, like all of a sudden it drops off really fast.
Yeah.
And so what we assumed that I did was just took a couple of steps too far to go take a leak, lost my footing.
Maybe even took a stumble.
And went all the way down the hill.
Oh, how far is this hill?
It's a good, like, couple 100 yards, maybe 300 yards.
Okay,
you know,
so it's a tumble.
Steep slope with brush and, like, little trees and shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's on the south side of Eugene where there's, like, a little bit of, like, forested hills and stuff. And so, apparently... Well, okay, so the next thing that I recall, I am lying in the gutter, and there are flashlights trained on me. And there's, like, cop shoes.
Oh, man.
And I'm like, this is bad?
Yeah.
Whoa, what's going on, guys? And they're like, well, we were going to ask you the same thing. And I'm like, cool. Well, here we are. And they're like, yeah, so I guess the neighbors here heard you crashing around in the bushes and they thought you might be hurt. So they called the paramedics. Oh, and we're here to make sure that you're okay.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, wow, thanks, guys. What do we do now? And
Yeah.
they're like, well, you're going to get in this ambulance. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I will get in the ambulance.
Well, because you just kind of woke up from full on blackout.
Yeah, like stone cold reboot. Like,
Yeah.
I have no memory of where I was or what I was doing.
Wait. So back it up just a second. So do you remember... You don't remember falling?
No.
Do you remember hopping the deck?
Very dimly, yeah. Maybe. But it could have
you've
been
done it multiple times
yeah,
in the evening.
Exactly.
So maybe it wasn't that one. Okay. Yeah. So you've lost a while at this point.
Could have been blacked out for a minute.
Yeah.
But at the time, I didn't remember the party that I was at or like what I'd been doing. I was just like a consciousness adrift in the void.
Just totally like, disoriented.
Hello, I am now in Coptown. No idea how I got here. What are we doing? And I'm just gonna do whatever I can to not get put in handcuffs. That's like my only goal right now is not getting arrested. So
yeah,
I'm just cooperating like a motherfucker.
Did you have the sense that you had been doing tons of drugs and that there was kind of that element?
Zero.
No.
It was just pure like adrenaline panic. Just like, whoa, I'm in a fucked up situation. I'm gonna just try to fly by the seat of my pants until I figure out what's going on, you know? And so I get in the ambulance and the cops shut the doors behind me and there's an EMT who gets in with me and he's got a clipboard and he sits down too and we start rolling and he's like, all right, we're going to take you to the hospital. You're really dehydrated, so we need to get you on a saline drip and get you rehydrated before we can release you. He's like, also, I need to know if you've been doing any kind of drugs or alcohol. And I'm like, oh, okay, well... And I start thinking about what was going on.
Now you're piecing it together.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, I was hanging out with some friends. We were drinking a lot. I don't really remember how I got where I was, but I know I was drinking. And he's like... Well, that makes sense because you blew a .37. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, yeah. And generally speaking, when someone blows that high on a breathalyzer test, they're either unconscious or so intoxicated that they can barely communicate.
Yeah, that's kind of beyond even like alcohol poisoning. I mean, what?
It's approaching the threshold. I think .35 is where... poisoning sets in.
Yeah, depending on weight and build and everything too.
Right.
So yeah.
So getting close.
Yeah.
And he's like, generally people have trouble communicating at this point, and we seem to be having a very lucid conversation. So I will ask you again: were you doing any kind of illegal drugs or anything else that I should know about? You're not going to be arrested. I'm not going to tell the police. I just need to know for medical purposes so that we can direct your treatment what is in your system, because I don't think it's just alcohol. And I'm like, well, we were definitely smoking weed. He just kind of shakes his head and like ticks it off on the clipboard. He's like, that's really not going to have the effect that I believe we're looking for, or words to that effect. He's like, yeah, it's not the weed, dude.
Also, like, of course you're smoking weed.
Yeah, right.
Like, let's just ignore that.
He's just like, that's useless. Come on, man.
Yeah.
But, he's just like, well, if you think of anything else, please let me know. And, like, the comedic timing on this couldn't have been better. Like, I just sit there for a couple of beats just thinking, just like, God, was there anything else that I was doing? Oh, we were blowing so many fucking lines. Also, I was doing cocaine. He's just like, yep.
There we go. Like, I already checked it, but I just wanted to hear you say it.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, your heart is racing. I figured it had to be something like that. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're going to get you all squared away.
Honestly, too, he's probably just like, right on. At least it's not like meth or PCP, because those things are just, I don't know. It's all dangerous, but those, I think they're so much more dangerous. Maybe I'm talking out my ass, but...
Well, coke, it goes out of your system a lot faster.
Yeah.
I believe it's... I don't know. I'm not a chemist, but yeah, it's less funky than that other shit, as far as I know. So... We get back to the hospital. We get to the hospital. They put me on a drip. I'm massively dehydrated, as you can imagine, because I've only been drinking beer for about a day, and my mouth gets really fucking dry to the point where like my throat is clicking, and I can like feel the fucking tissues drying out and cracking, and I'm just like, okay, I really hope somebody comes to check on me soon. And like a long time goes by. And I'm in like this part of the ER. They've just got like a curtain shut so that no one can see me and I can't see out.
Yeah.
And I see these feet stop in front of the curtain, and I hear them talking about me, and I'm just like, hey, just wondering if I could get a drink of water. I'm really thirsty. And they completely ignore me.
Oh, wow.
And just leave. And I'm like, fuck.
Is this like some code of the hospital? Like when people do too many drugs, they just sort of make you suffer a little bit?
Maybe. I mean, I'm guessing. Because eventually, like, I would just, like, not yell or anything, but just when I saw that there was someone close by and I could hear them talking about me, I would try to communicate with them. Just be like, hey, I'm really thirsty. Can you help me out here? Please.
Yeah.
Like, I'm begging you. Finally, the cop who was on duty in the ER comes in with a cup full of ice cubes, and he's like, this was all that they would let me bring you. And I'm like, what? He's like, I can't. He's like, I'm posted right outside here, and I can't sit there and listen to you very politely asking people for water and watching everyone ignore you. You sound like you're in a lot of distress, so I wanted to help you out. I'm just like, what is going on right now? Like, the doctors fucking hate me, but the cop is like, hey man, have some water. Like, oh my god. So bizarre. And so I think they were basically punishing me for like getting myself so fucked up that I had to go to the hospital.
Being that I went to exactly 0 years of medical school, there could be a thing with if they're trying to rehydrate you and they know you've been like drinking too much. If you're chugging water, they don't want you to puke.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's why they let him give me ice cubes.
Yeah, you can suck on an ice cube and then you're not chugging water.
Fuckers could have given me ice cubes.
No shit.
They didn't do anything until the cop was like, "Look, can I just fucking give him something to shut him up?"
God.
So anyway, eventually, they're like, "Just get the fuck out of here," And
so they just signed you out.
Yeah. They were just like, you're done. You're hydrated enough. Go.
Man.
And so I'm walking home, and I go walking by my friend Kat's house, and she's living with this dude named Kevin, and they have their own PBR kegerator with like a PBR tap. And they always have a keg of PBR in there and like cases of PBR. They were just beer sluts. It was amazing. And I wasn't thinking about the direction I was taking. I was just taking the shortest line home. And it's like, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Right.
And they're all partying out on the lawn and on the roof and all kinds of shit because they're lunatics. And they're like, dude, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, hey. And they're like, get in here. And I'm like,
oh, no.
All right, what's up? And they just put a beer in my hand. And I'm like, oh, sure, whatever.
Oh,
and like,
no, dude.
yeah, I know. And so they're like, wow, you know, what have you been up to? And, oh, shit, you got a hospital bracelet on. Are you okay? And so I tell them...
I guess it only would have been better if you were, like, still in the gown.
Right?
Just, like, wandering the streets in the gown. Like...
And mind you, I forgot to mention, when the cops found me, I was covered in cuts and scratches and, like, dirty and had branches in my hair and shit. And I still look like this with a hospital bracelet on.
Wait, were any of the people that you were partying with at this location?
Different crew.
Okay.
And so, you know, I kind of give them a little explanation for what had happened, and they're like, Jesus, dude, should you be drinking a beer? And I'm like, probably not. And they're like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah, right? I'm like, well...
I'm like, yeah, fuck it.
Your funeral, man.
Right? And so, you know, I proceed to get swilly over there right after I got released from the hospital. And I think I browned out or blacked out or something at some point, and woke up on this dude's futon who's their neighbor. He was partying with them. And I'm like, man, I must have sweated a lot during the night. Like, my legs are all wet.
Oh, no.
I'm going to leave it at that. You can fill in the blanks. I mean, wasn't that sweaty.
That seems about appropriate to end that excursion.
And oh, no, I mean, like... More happened. So I get up off this pissy futon and like walk out, and I'm like, oh, this is a really bad idea. I need to get my ass home. And I'm walking down 18th Street in Eugene. It's close to campus. It's like in between campus and the Safeway. And there's like morning traffic going by. Like everyone's commuting to work and stuff. And here I am, dirty, covered in sticks and scratches.
Been partying for like 48 straight hours, basically.
Got a hospital bracelet on, and I start feeling real queasy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit. And I just lean over and fucking puke into the gutter, and it's just green fucking beer bile, like nasty shit. I'm just retching, and like I look up and there's these horrified drivers like cruising past me, just like,
oh no,
what on earth is wrong with this man? And I'm like, well, this is what rock bottom feels like.
Yeah.
And then I get to my apartment, realize I don't have my backpack, and it's got my keys, my wallet, my weed, everything in it.
And it's at the first place, probably?
Well, the first place is like right down the street from my house where we were playing pool and shit. And like I'm still kind of foggy. I'm like, well, maybe it's there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not putting together the fact that I had all my weed at Colin's house and shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just roll up to the house. Like I knock on the door. Nobody answers, but the door like opens as I'm knocking on it because it wasn't latched all the way. And I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna take a peek inside and see if my bag's in here somewhere. And so I walk inside. I look around like the pool table and the living room, and I'm just about to leave when one of the folks who lives there comes walking out of his room stark fucking naked.
Oh, God.
And he's like, oh, hey, dude, what's up? And I'm like, hey, man, sorry I just walked in. I ended up going to the hospital last night, and I'm locked out of my house, and I can't find my backpack. I thought it might be here. Really sorry for just barging in. He's like, dude, it's cool. Do you need to use the phone? I'm like, that would be awesome. Do you have Kim's number? He's like, oh, sure, here it is. And he just sits down and starts reading a book in the buff. You know, like you do.
You're like, all right, this has gotten officially just so weird.
Yeah. And so I pick up the phone, I call Kim, and she's like, oh my God, what happened to you?
Well, because to their knowledge, you just like ghosted the hangout, right?
Yeah, left my backpack, left all my shit, just disappeared.
Yeah.
And it's been, you know, like 12 hours at least.
Yeah.
And she's just like, dude, we had no idea what the fuck happened to you. We saw you leave to go take a piss, and then you were just gone.
Damn.
I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And she's like, well, where are you? And I'm like, I'm at the place we were playing pool. Like, I need to get into my house, but like, I don't know, probably shouldn't hang out here. And she's like, well, I can just meet you at your place, dude. Like, I'm so glad you're okay. I've got your backpack. And
oh, my gosh.
Oh, thank God. And so she gets to my place. She gives me my backpack. I get into my house, and I'm just like, fucking thank God this ordeal is over. And then the DTs kick in.
Oh, yeah, right.
I fucking started having delirium tremens for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
And right in the middle of all that shit, my mom calls me. And she's like, where are you? And I'm like, watching these hallucinations fucking split my head open and shit. And I'm just like, I'm at home, Mom, what's up? And she's like, you're supposed to be in Shasta right now.
Fuck.
I'm like, Mom, that's tomorrow. And she's like, no, that's today.
No, because you lost a day.
Because I fucking lost a day.
You're like, no, that was just one big party, which it was. That was 2 days.
Right.
Yeah.
And so in the middle of the fucking DTs, I'm having to, like, explain to my mom how I fucking lost a day.
Did you tell her, like, what you did?
I don't remember what I told her.
God.
Honestly, I was just kind of like, oh, I must have lost track of time.
I know, there's, like, no good excuse for that.
You know? And so she's like, well, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I guess I'll get on a bus tomorrow. I'm really sorry. And she's like, well, you at least could have called us. And I'm just like, fuck.
You're like, I could have at least done a lot of things differently.
Right? And just all on a whim of, like, wanting to go hang out after work, you know? Like,
right? Damn.
That's one of the reasons I don't do cocaine.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, that's a crazy, hilarious story. And, like, but all jokes aside, I'm definitely glad you're okay, man.
Holy
like,
shit, right?
Most people don't survive that. Or, or Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Well, and, like, thank God I fucking look the way that I do so the cops weren't just instantly, like, get in the fucking drunk tank, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
no, that's crazy that they took you to the hospital, like, rehydrated you, and then were just like, go ahead, you're good to go drink more beer.
Yeah, right. like, we've topped you off.
Yeah.
Go have fun.
Right? If only you had the foresight to do this,
right?
You wouldn't have to be here.
Oh, and dude, it's a good thing that the guy who owned the futon kind of had a crush on me and was just like,
oh yeah, so he let
whatever,
all that shit go.
You know, like, you pissed the bed, but we all do it.
I mean,
guess.
look, it happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Just the worst.
I mean,
oh my God.
I shouldn't just be like, just pissing because you're too drunk. Like, anyway, like, it's not a good thing. Like, for the listeners at home, like, we're not endorsing this behavior. I'm not endorsing any of this behavior, to be fucking clear.
No, this is why we're telling these stories, is because we've learned from this fucking behavior.
This is the story that really, like, solidifies the name of the cast, dude. Like,
exactly.
I mean, cheers to, like, getting older and wiser and not doing that shit.
I'll to that shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I don't need to do any of that ever again. Ugh.
Yeah, that is, that's crazy, man. That's like superpowers, though, man. I've partied hard, but God, nothing like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I never before or since have I done anything that fucking just balls out. I mean,
yeah.
What the fuck, you know?
Yeah, that's super nuts.
And I mean, like, it all has to do with the lateness of the hour when we started and the level of intoxication that we reached in time for the fucking beer store to open again. Because usually,
right,
like, you start drinking, you start doing blow maybe around midnight once you're fucking drunk.
Oh, sure.
And then the bars close, like, you can't get any more booze. Right. The booze wears off, you don't want to do any more blow, you fucking go to bed.
Right. Yeah, one of the two ingredients runs out, and then that's how you go to bed. But you were hanging out with a Coke dealer, and you were hanging out late, so you're able to get more beer. So you're like, well, as long as these two things are working in tandem, we can just never stop either of them, because one just fuels the other.
Exactly.
You know? Oh man.
Exactly. You fucking do a few rails, you get wound up tight, you fucking do a few
You're like,
drinks.
I'm ready for 3 more beers, and then the beers
and then you get a little
start
too
hitting
drunk,
you, and then you're like, well,
line.
you know what I need to wake up.
Oh, just the most vicious circle. Holy shit.
Well, and just the most savage thing you can do to your body. I mean, just like uppers and downers, just constantly it's so bad.
Depleting your brain chemistry and dehydrating yourself.
Yeah, and just like putting your heart on fucking roller coaster mode.
Oh my god. Yeah,
you
exactly. Know? Your body doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah. Holy shit, man. Well, that's super crazy. Yeah, once again, I'm glad that you
thanks, man,
are okay and don't have any lasting damage, and
it's a cautionary tale.
And also, don't live like that. Jesus.
God.
Cautionary tale indeed.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's funny if it happened once.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you're like, oh yeah, but let me tell you about a month later, and then it's like, okay, this is sad.
Right, like for some poor bastards, that's a lifestyle.
Yeah, totally,
like,
right?
Shit.
Yeah. Wait, okay, so I have one more question. So, I mean, not that I expected your friends or anyone to be functional after, 16, 18 straight hours of partying.
Right.
But when you ghosted, I mean, did no one attempt to, like, look for you or...
She said that, like, they went out and, like,
looked
scanned
around
the bushes.
The pea bush and everything.
But, I was gone.
Yeah, oh yeah. You got picked up by then.
They might have seen cop lights down the hill, but I'm assuming that they might have started looking after that.
I guess when you've been partying that long, they just assume, like, at any point anyone can just, peace out and, like, go home.
Well, and also think about it. Like, time gets real stretchy, Maybe they were like, wow, he's been gone a while. What's he doing? Oh, he'll probably be back. And then, like, half hour, 45 hour goes by, and then they're like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We were asking where Matt was, like, a while ago, and he's still not back.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go look,
They may have winded it down before too long after that also, because, like, how can anyone go that long,
For real. And, like, these guys were kind of professional partiers, but, like...
Still.
Doesn't fucking matter, man. Still. Like, that's a long bender.
Yeah. Yeah, holy shit, man. Yeah, I never even come close. I've done my handful of coke, but yeah, nothing like that. That's for sure. Usually I get sick of it, man. Like, I do some cocaine and and I'll drink and I'll stay up until the sun comes up. But then usually when the sun comes up, I'm like, I'm over it, man. I'm over all of this, and just try and, like, wind down and don't throw a movie on and gnash my teeth for a while.
Right.
This is also, and that's why I don't do cocaine, because that shit, man, it's just, like, not comfortable at all.
Jesus, I think I have a lot to be thankful for. I mean, like, I was sub 25. I don't know exactly what age I was here, but I mean, like, I'm thinking like 23 or something like that. So, like, my liver was still really fresh and brand new.
I mean, like, you were at the prime age to, like, handle that kind of punishment, but yeah. But even still, like, even people at prime levels, that's a ton of intake, man.
Right. Oh, and dude, like, I was doing this mental calculation, like, I'm sitting here suffering through the fucking DTs, and, like, a wave goes by, and I'm like, I need to have some kind of sustenance, but, like, I'm just gonna throw things back up. So what do I do?
Oh, right. Suck on ice cubes.
I went to the store. I would, like, drag myself the block and a half to Safeway and got a fucking big pack of Fudge-Sickles and a big pack of Fruity Popsicles, and I'm like, Fudge-Sickles have got milk in them. That's, like, food, right? And so I had fucking dinner and dessert. Like, it was so gross, but, like, man, I lived off popsicles for about a day.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't imagine, like, coming down off of that experience. Yeah, because I mean, that much cocaine too, and you're, like, really feeling the Jones for that, and then that much alcohol, and you're just wrecked. So,
well, I mean, I'd done, like, 24 hours of booze, rehydrated, and then a full beer bender again, and, like,
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Well,
makes me kind of queasy just thinking about it.
Yeah, totally. I'm looking at my drink just like, all right. I'm glad I, enjoy a few of these an evening.
Yeah. No.
In any given evening. But, yeah. Wild, dude. Well, I think we'll call it there.
Yeah.
And we'll take a pause real quick. And then now I maybe want to tell one of my drug getting picked up by EMT stories. So
sweet.
Let's pause it and then we'll come back and do another episode. But for now, talk to you guys soon.
Thanks for listening.